Before we get started, make sure to turn on post notification and subscribe to the channel. 10 WWE wrestlers who need a new gimmick. Number 10. Constable Corbin. Baron Corbin somehow went from being a lone wolf, someone who doesn't work well with others and enjoys just being by himself, to becoming Constable Corbin, admitting he's someone's employee despite being in a position of power. The shift hasn't ever been properly explained and didn't make sense, and while it has put him in a more featured position, it has also halted his in-ring career at the same time, something that is surely going to change in the future. Whether it is a return to his old lone wolf gimmick or Corbin going on a rampage as a top heel, it is time to switch things up for Corbin once again, allowing him to take his character development to the next level, back as a regular wrestler once again. Number 9. The Usos. Sometimes, when you have been around for a long time in WWE, it is often easy to slip into having just one gimmick, an issue that Dolph Ziggler has suffered from countless times in his career, and sadly, the Usos are now doing the same. While they thankfully changed things up from the face painting babyfaces, the change was initially brought in to freshen things up with an edgy heel gimmick, and it made them easily the hottest tag team in the entire company. However, since then, they have slipped back into the box standard babyfaces, losing the fantastic edge that put him over in the first place. It is crucial they now return to that gimmick in order to become the lead stars they were once again. Number 8. Fandango. Fandango has gone through some of the worst gimmicks that WWE has created, from his Johnny Curtis days to the terrible dancing gimmick which was always going to be limited. Even his fashion police gimmick was poor, he just managed to make it work by committing to it. It is strange that WWE has given him such poor gimmicks to work with, as Fandango is actually one of the most talented workers that the company has, and WWE could get way more mileage out of him with some tweaks to his character. Hopefully, when he returns from his current injury, WWE will be presenting him in a more serious manner as a singles wrestler, which will allow him to really showcase his talents for the first time. Number 7. No Way Jose. While the dancing fiesta loving No Way Jose was a fun gimmick during its inception, and it may have worked for smaller crowds in NXT where he was given actual storylines to work with, sadly, it hasn't clicked on the main roster. No Way Jose's gimmick was one very similar to Adam Rose, and gimmicks such as that do have a sell-by date, which is coming up very soon. Should WWE want to keep hold of him, then a change is going to have to take place. There's no way that WWE will keep him under contract simply working WWE's main event and house shows, unless there's a quick shift in direction, and that must start with a more serious gimmick. Number 6. Sasha Banks. Some wrestlers are seemingly built to be a perfect babyface, others are built to be a perfect heel, and for Sasha Banks, she falls into the later of those options. With her boss gimmick being one of the best female gimmicks in modern history, Sasha's work in NXT was incredible, and she was so easy to detest that every match she had brought in great heat. However, the longer WWE has used her on the main roster, the more watered down Banks has become, going from the top women's star in the company to just another member of the roster. It is clear there needs to be a quick change, and it's a simple one. Bring back the boss, which can easily be done by finally running the feud against Bayley that the fans have been waiting almost a year for. Number 5. Drew Gulick. While there can be no denying that Drew Gulick has done a fantastic job with his PowerPoint presentation gimmick on 205 Live, it seems that WWE has no real intention of investing into him as a possible champion. WWE enjoys using Gulick in a stable, which primarily has been alongside Jack Gallagher and the Brian Kendrick, and this is a direction that WWE should push further. Prior to joining WWE, Gulick was known as being a highly accomplished tag team wrestler, and that could be a good change for him. Instead of focusing on dorky presentations, making Gulick a top submission based tag team wrestler, should WWE ever create tag team championships for the Cruiserweight brand, then this could help establish him as an even bigger star. Number 4. Bobby Roode. It's still unclear as to why WWE felt the need to change Bobby Roode to a babyface when they had the perfect heel on their hands, but for some reason, somebody decided that his catchy theme song was enough of a reason to make the change. Since then, Roode has gone from NXT champion to just another guy on the roster, and that is something that the company needs to change. And luckily for them, it's a very simple fix as far as Roode is concerned, with the heel turn being more than enough to get the job done. With the suit and the attitude, Roode will be instantly improved, and while it is likely too late to groom him into a main event level star on Raw or SmackDown, it would certainly improve the roster. Number 3. Jason Jordan. Sadly, Jason Jordan's future in wrestling is in a major doubt due to his very serious neck injury, which has kept him out of action for almost a year now. but if he's able to return, then it would be great to see that happen with the gimmick change. WWE attempted to give Jordan a major push with his previous change, going from just a highly talented wrestler with American Alpha to being the illegitimate son of WWE Hall of Famer Kurt Angle, a situation nobody saw coming at first. While we never got to see that fully play out, making it tough to judge, it was clear that the desired babyface American hero gimmick wasn't working and that a major heel turn was needed. Upon his return, that swamp either needs to take place or simply dropping the entire storyline may be needed. Number 2. Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn built his name in WWE by being the underdog from the underground, a lovable babyface who fans wanted to get behind and root for, and he could easily have been pushed all the way to the top of WWE at just that. However, Creative made the decision to change things up for Zayn, turning him heel in order to team up with his best friend Kevin Owens. But then an injury brought an end to that reunion, and when he returns, WWE has the chance to change things up for Sami. While his heel run was fun, it was clear that Zayn was more comfortable and better in his previous babyface role, and when he returns, that is exactly how he should be, working as a popular star once again. Number 1. Finn Balor. If anyone in WWE is in the need of a gimmick change, it is Finn Balor. Sure, at one point, the smiling Balor was enough to get over as he was easily NXT's biggest ever babyface, and that's why he was instantly pushed when he arrived on the main roster. However, since returning from his injury, he has no longer connected in the same way, something that hasn't helped by the fact that he's no longer appears in the Demon gimmick, which always managed to get him over. It is time for WWE to switch things up for Balor in order to get the full potential out of him, and a heel turn would be a great way to do that. Balor has thrived as a heel in the past, in particularly during his Bullet Club days, and to see that side of him in WWE would hopefully push him back to the top of the WWE Mountain.